actually, man, like, the three other guys in the group were Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity members at Howard University, right? Which is Beta chapter. And they're heavy into Egyptology. So the Egyptian Book of the Dead, or really the Egyptian Book of the Coming Forth by Day, has the deity SHAI in it. And SHAI has as a female counterpart, Renenet. And those two are destiny and fate. And those two together weave basically like future. So if you're looking at the ceremony of the weighing of the heart, you'll see SHAI standing there by the scales. And so SHAI is basically destiny. And so we wanted to adopt the male aspect of that concept and use it for ourselves. And, so we did. And plus they had a ring to it because SHAI, like people might think it's bashful or something like that. So the little pun effect. But it's really an actual substance to the name.
It's actually more complex than just a simple SHAI.
And that's how we are as people. Like, we aloofly, and we run around and do fun stuff. But, I'm getting my PhD right now at Georgia State in Educational Policy Studies and stuff like. So we, we came from Howard, so we actually are people who are made out of some stuff, but we don't take ourselves so seriously that we have to be stuffy, and so, because music is a part of our life, you know what I mean? I like Place Where You Belong, man. Like, that's my favorite song to perform, and that's probably why we opened the show with it, because I like the energy of it, I like the bluesy element of it, and it was like a low-key hit when it came out. It was part of a movie soundtrack, Beverly Hills Cop 3, and like the label kind of didn't believe in it. When the movie started flopping, they pulled out, and it was rising with a bullet on Billboard, and they just dropped. But people would tell us, like when we were running to people, how much that song meant to them. Like, I had no idea, like. And I don't know if you ever heard of Trey Lorenz.
Yeah.
But he wrote some of that song. Wow. Yeah, we met him in Hawaii, like when we first came out, and when we saw him in LA, we kind of like connected with him. Him and Carl got in the lab, and he contributed some lyrical stuff to that. But that song is just a dope song to perform to me. I just, and I like me and Darnell because the contrast between me and D is a cool one too on that one, and so it just feels good to start the show off with.
Yeah, just good vibes.
Yeah, it makes me feel good. So for the rest of the show, it's like, it's like basketball. If you're a big man and the little point guard gives you a touch, when the game first starts, you get you a slam dunk off the top, and then you're gonna play defense and everything going forward. You know what I mean? That's how this song does me. Yeah, we have some new stuff that we've been working on album-wise. We're trying to figure out how much of the product we want to put on this particular project, and stuff like that. And we're constantly creating more things. So just when we feel like we're wrapping up, we create a couple of new joints that we're like, wait a minute, maybe this needs to be on the album. So we're still working out that stuff. But we have a song right now that we're thinking about making the single. It might not be, but we're thinking this song called Sail Away. And and it kind of showcases a few different techniques. It starts off a cappella before the beat drops, just me singing without a beat, and then the beat comes in on this nice sexual kind of part. But it's just a cool song. It's like a escape kind of like vibe of a guy and a girl, and the guy's basically telling the girl he wants to escape, and you should come with me. It's that simple, but it's a beautiful song, tempo. So we'll see. Like we've actually tossed like an idea around where we would do a whole project, but we would do a project that would feature like us doing some covers, like some selected covers as a part of a whole collective. So we talked about that. We were trying to come to grips with like which covers would we do, because there's so many dope people out there who we admire. That would be a dope. Like we talked about covering a lot of people when they reach back and do a retro stuff, neo soul, they never bring in Sly and the Family Stone. Like that style of music that gets left out of that thing. They always go to the more bluesier soul. But we want to do some Sly and the Family Stone stuff. To us, Sly and the Family Stone broke a lot of barriers with gender, with race at a time where it wasn't no black and white groups. It definitely wasn't no women being foregrounded as lead anything, which they had like 3 women, like the lady was a trumpet player, a horn player, one dope lead vocalist, and Larry Graham, of course. But they just did a lot of different things that I admire. And all their songs were like whole songs, like real life songs, Hot Fun in the Summertime, I Just Want to Thank You for Being Myself. Like real, Everybody Is a Star. Like those songs were like really quality like messages. Nobody really kind of gives them credit because, Sly ended up being on drugs and all that. So they kind of like forget that the music was really some real revolutionary stuff for that time period,
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we do shows. We do, you know, we do spot dates a lot. You know, a lot of different shows and stuff throughout. But we have like the project coming out, the SHAI project coming out, and Hieroglyphics is a label that we just started. We have an artist called Bishop the Weirdo, and he has a single called Funk Me, and you can go to Hieroglyphics, and that's on Instagram and Twitter, and I think Facebook. Yeah. But me personally, I'm wrapping up my PhD work. I'm doing my dissertation right now, educational policy studies, and I defend my dissertation in September or October, fall. So I'll be Dr. Bright by December when the graduation comes and stuff. So with that, our nonprofit SOS Sound of the Street, we're like merging a lot of the educational kind of themes with entertainment, trying to create an edutainment-based engagement piece that does a lot of stuff, you know, teaches a lot of life skills through music, and we do a lot of stuff with gang members, you know, but regular people, and trying to give them a critical thinking type of more dynamic, you know, way to view the world, you know, as tools to kind of like read between the lines, create your own narrative, represent your standpoint, you know what I mean, and we teach digital literacy as a part of that. So.
Sometimes I feel as if I don't deserve you. I cherish every moment that we share. And if I ever fall in love again, I will be sure that the lady is afraid. If I ever fall true, baby, I will be sure that the lady's just like you.